You are always the first to smile, the person who says it is okay when your inner heart is actually raging with a silent, heavy storm. Everyone loves you because you are easygoing and never cause trouble. But have you ever wondered about the hidden price of being a good person? Perhaps you are unconsciously imprisoning yourself in a life sentence called perfection, built by the expectations of the world around you every single day. That practice smile is a mask you wear to face the day, hiding the deep exhaustion that has settled into your very bones over many years. As you step outside, the weight of being perfect follows you like a shadow, a silent companion that never lets you breathe or be truly yourself. You move through the world with grace, yet there is an invisible distance between you and the humanity that pulses through the busy streets around you. To the outside world, you are a pillar of stability, but inside, you are a fragile structure holding back a flood of unspoken words and needs. You have become a master of suppression, turning your own feelings into ghosts that haunt the corners of your mind while you serve others with kindness. The world demands your goodness, and you provide it without question, sacrificing your own peace to maintain the harmony of a world that barely knows you. Each step you take is calculated to avoid friction, to be the person who fits in perfectly, never realizing how much of yourself you are losing. Let us peel back the layers of this identity and look at the truth hidden beneath the label of being a good person in this world. Your excessive kindness today is not a mistake or a flaw. It is actually a masterpiece of survival created long ago in your early childhood years. When you were young, you learned that being quiet and helpful was the only way to feel safe amidst the chaos and loud voices of others. To avoid being a burden, your nervous system learned to shut down your own desires, prioritizing the comfort of those around you over your own heart. Like a machine entering low power mode to save its battery, you dimmed your own light to ensure you wouldn't trigger any conflict or rejection nearby. You learned to operate on the bare minimum of emotional space, giving everything away so that you could remain invisible and protected from potential pain. Instead of exploring your own internal world, you became a radar, constantly scanning the emotional temperature of the room to see how you should behave. You became an expert at reading the subtle shifts in moods, adjusting your personality like a chameleon to fit the needs of everyone else around you. This hypervigilance was your shield, a way to navigate a world that felt unpredictable, turning your identity into a performance for the sake of survival. The child who needed to be good to be safe grew into the adult who cannot say no, still trapped in the same ancient survival pattern. You have memorized the script of the good person so well that you have forgotten how to speak the truth of your own soul's deep desires. You're the spectator of your own life, watching yourself perform a role that was written for you by the fears of your younger, smaller self. But this survival mechanism, as brilliant as it was, is now the very thing that prevents you from living a life of true depth and connection. It is time to understand that the storm has passed, and you no longer need to hide your true self to stay safe in the world. In your professional life, you are the one who stays late, taking on the burdens of others with a forced smile that hides your resentment. Every time you say yes when your heart screams no, a small part of your spirit breaks, adding another layer to your growing internal fatigue. The weight of being knowingly good is a heavy burden that slowly erodes your sense of self, leaving you feeling like a ghost in your life. Your internal cup is overflowing with suppressed anger and unspoken needs, yet you continue to pour yourself out for everyone else until you are empty. You have become a mirror for others, reflecting what they want to see, while your own image becomes more blurred and unrecognizable with each passing day. These invisible ropes of expectation are choking your creativity and your passion, binding you to a version of yourself that is safe but utterly lifeless. The anger you feel doesn't disappear, it just turns inward, manifesting as a chronic tiredness that no amount of sleep can ever truly fix or heal. Even small decisions become paralyzing because you are too busy wondering what the right or good choice is in the eyes of the world around you. The silence of the night brings no peace, only the loud whispers of all the things you didn't say and all the boundaries you didn't set. You are a stranger in your own skin, living a life that looks perfect on the outside but feels hollow and cold on the very inside. The cost of your goodness is your freedom, and the price you pay is the slow destruction of the beautiful world you carry within your heart. From a neurological perspective, your fear of disappointing others is your brain misidentifying social rejection as a literal threat to your very survival today. When you face a potential argument, your amygdala screams in panic, convincing you that being disliked is as dangerous as facing a predator in the wild. This is the freeze response. a primitive survival tactic that makes you small and compliant to avoid any possible harm or abandonment from the tribe. Your body shuts down your ability to speak up, prioritizing safety over truth, leaving you trapped in a state of silent, internal, paralyzing terror every time. This biological reaction is not your fault. It is an ancient alarm system that hasn't realized you are no longer a helpless child in a dangerous world. Understanding this mechanism is the first step toward breaking free from the prison of perfection and reclaiming your right to exist as a whole person. The calmness you project is actually a wall you built to keep the world out, but now it is also keeping you locked inside your own fear. Your system is under constant stress from holding back the storm, creating a state of high alert that wears down your physical and emotional health over time. You might look peaceful on the outside, but your nervous system is running a marathon of anxiety just to keep your mask perfectly in its place. Learning to regulate this response requires patience, as you teach your brain that it is safe to be imperfect and safe to be truly seen by others. It is about convincing your primal self that the world will not end if you say no, and that you are worthy of love regardless of performance. You are more than your utility to others. You are a complex being with the right to feel, to react, and to be authentically human in every way. When you finally understand the storm within, you can begin to navigate toward the shore of your own true identity and find your long-lost inner peace. Healing is not about becoming a better version of yourself. It is about finally giving yourself permission to stop performing and just be who you are. Start with small acts of rebellion for your own sake, like turning off the noise of the world to listen to the quiet truth of your own heart. Practice being still with yourself, allowing all the messy and uncomfortable thoughts to rise to the surface without trying to fix or hide them from view. Write down your darkest thoughts, your anger, and your disappointments. Let the paper hold the weight of the truth you have been carrying for so long. The mask of perfection is finally starting to shatter, and while it might feel scary, it is the only way for your true self to breathe. Beneath the mask is a person who is tired, who is capable of anger, and who is wonderfully imperfect in a way that is truly beautiful. Those scars and imperfections are the evidence of your journey, the marks of a survivor who is finally learning to love the person in the mirror. You do not need to smile to be worthy of space. Your existence alone is enough, whether you are happy, sad, or simply just being there. This is the moment you begin to come home to yourself, a journey of 1,000 steps that starts with one honest look into your own eyes. In nature, nothing is perfect, yet everything is complete and beautiful. You are part of this world, and you're allowed to be just as messy. Let go of the need to control how others see you, and focus on how you see yourself when the world's stage lights are finally turned off. Open the windows of your soul and let the fresh air of honesty sweep away the dust of years spent trying to please everyone but yourself. Find joy in the things that belong only to you, the small preferences and quirks that make you unique and different from the crowd around you. You are learning to protect yourself, to set boundaries that act as a sanctuary for your heart, allowing you to give from a place of abundance. The journey is long, but every step toward your true self is a step toward freedom, toward a life that is finally, honestly, and beautifully yours. Do not fear the cracks in your soul, for that is exactly where the light enters, illuminating the parts of you that you once tried to hide. Breathe in the freedom of being flawed, and exhale the heavy burden of having to be perfect for a world that can never be satisfied. Life is found in the spills, the mistakes, and the unplanned moments that reveal the vibrant, chaotic beauty of being alive in this very moment. Real connection happens when you are brave enough to be seen in your messiness, attracting people who love you for your truth, not your performance. Every imperfect moment is a stitch in the beautiful tapestry of your life, a story that is far more interesting than a perfect empty one. You have spent a lifetime making others happy. Now it is finally time to come home to yourself and find the happiness that has always been yours. The warmth you feel now is the love you have finally started to give to yourself, a fire that will never go out as long as you remain true. Like the art of kintsugi, your broken pieces are now held together by the gold of your own self-compassion, making you more precious than you ever were. A new chapter begins today, starting from the moment you have the courage to admit that you are not perfect, and you are worthy because of it. Thank you for being here, for listening to the truth, and for taking the first brave steps toward loving the beautiful, imperfect person you truly are. You are enough, exactly as you are right now, in this moment and every moment that follows on your journey toward your own true light. May you find the peace you have been searching for, and may you always remember that being yourself is the greatest gift you can offer.